Hi folks, we are back here with some kind of time wasters on part of the holiday break here, playing some California Lottery Scratchers here. This video and I are not at all affiliated, and this is not a sponsored video. This is just me kind of bored on a day off and wanting to get a little bit of fresh video content up there for some of you who are into this sort of thing. So earlier in the week we did, or earlier today for me, maybe earlier in the week for you, we did 5 Decades of Dollars cards. I had said it was a $12 batch, but we actually won $15, which was pretty good for a $10 investment. Today we're going to be doing 2 of these prize box bingo games. Now, as a reminder, and this is sort of a public service announcement from me, it's not endorsed by anybody, but the California Lottery has a mobile app that has an option for you to scan a barcode on the card. Now what you'll find out is that you've got all these things where you're supposed to be scratching, and I'm going to guess right here under the 20,000, if I scratch that off, I'm going to get a barcode that I can scan with the app without having to make a mess and mess up my beautiful little mouse pad here that I'm recording this on. I'm recording it on an iPhone, but I'm scratching on a mouse pad, and I'm going to have to shake it out when I'm done to get all the gunk out of it. But anyway, you can scan, you can just scratch that, wipe it, scan it, and know if you're done. But that would make a very interesting video, would it? So what we're going to do is figure out what the rules of the game are here. This one, we can win up to $20,000. Now, California has this thing where if you win $599 or less, or free tickets, then you can take it to a lottery retailer, you know, your gas station, your grocery store, your convenience store, whatever, and get it redeemed. But if you have more than 600 or 600 and more, then you have to mail it in and wait. Now this one, if we match all 8 numbers in the center square, which would be this part, we win the prize shown below. So this one would be $5, $15, $50, and $100. And I guess we have to scratch the caller card here to figure out what numbers come up. So, and there's a couple of other bonuses here. So if you get a line, let's turn it this way. If you get a line, you get a free ticket. 4 corners is $4. And an X is $100, all the way up to an X here of $20,000. So I'm kind of thinking, you know, I would take one for the team and take the $20,000 win if I get it, but I kind of prefer, I would rather just go get a bunch of $599, or in this case maybe a 500 winner on each card, and that way I get the money and I can put it back into maybe a slightly less shaky tripod for the phone here, or maybe some new coffee. I don't know. But anyway, so what we're going to do, this actually isn't even scratch up. Oh, it is. Okay. You scratch it when you find the numbers. I understand now. So let's move it down here a little bit, and we're going to, oh, okay. So it's not really each ball is a number. So this one may take a little bit longer. I hope you guys are okay with that. I don't have anything else to do, so hopefully you will eventually, but here we have 47. B05. B05, we've got a 5 here. And we've got a 5 here. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this. We've got B11, which I see here. Oh, here we go. This is an 11 as well. Let's see what's down here. Here we've got N43, and there's one right here. And we've got one right here. And we've got one right here. That's good. What the heck, we'll do this. We've got B9, which is better than Malevolent. And we've got 2 of those, it looks like. This is an 09. And this is an 09. Yeah, this is definitely a longer game, but I think we'll be okay. So we've got an 063. Here's an 063 on the big one. Here's an 063. And that's it. We've already got the B9 taken care of. We've got N42. N42. And that's it. So let's do this one. B7. Do we have a 7? Do we have a 7? We have a 7. I hope this is as exciting for you guys as it is for me. But I'm glad you're here for the ride. We've got a B4. And then we'll see what's after. We've got a 4. We've got a 4. Yeah, that's about it. Why don't we do the next one here? We've got Route 66. We've got O66. And do we have one there? There we go. O66. Then we've got G55. Do we have a 55? We have a 55. In the big winner, which probably is a spoiler or a red herring or rouge clupidae, as I like to call them. Rouge clupidae is a Latin term for a herring. If you make somebody, if you counter somebody's argument and make them go to the dictionary, you automatically win, right? So here's I-27. Do we have an I-27? Well, what do you know? We've got 3 of them. We've got that one, we've got that one, and we'll do this one. That's pretty good. Okay. Now we're halfway through, I think. Why don't we go from the other side and meet in the middle? We've got a G50, which is right there. I'm okay with that. We've got an I-23, which is 23. And 23 in the dark green here. You know what I'm going to do? Just to feel that I'm ahead of the game, I'm going to scratch off the free spots. Now we want to get all 8 green plus the free if we can, but you know, we can't really control that. But now we're about halfway through, and we're 1 short of a line here, which would be a $4 win. We're 2 short here, which would be a $10 win. What else do we have? We've got a couple of 3s here that aren't really worth talking about. We're 2 short here, which would be a free ticket. And then I'd have to do another ticket or another video for you guys on that one to see how we do. So we've got an I-29. You guys see that? I'm not trying to go all Dora the Explorer on you, but here we've got our 29. We've got G56. Do we have a G56 in the house? We have one on our favorites board here. And I believe that's it. Now if I do miss one, don't worry about it. I'll scan it before I take it in just to make sure. B12. We've got a B12 here. We've got a B12 here. There's a lot of triples in here. I like that. We've got a B12 here. Now I've got one more to do here. I want to give a shout out to my friend who does the Big Jackpot Winter channel. He kind of inspired me to give this a try. You can watch him do a lot more festive stuff like this. I'll put a link down below. And he does a lot more of the scratcher stuff. He does a lot of live casino stuff because he lives near a casino. I do not. Well, I guess I do, but it's not quite the kind of casino I like. I like the ones in Vegas. I could go down to some of the card rooms or something, but I don't really play table games when I'm in person. Here we've got a 60. It's G60. That's why I'm not finding it in the O column. So we've got G60. And we've got G60. And we're one away from a line on the $5 line game. Not to be confused with the Disney World line game, which nobody really wins at. So we've got a B3. Do we have any B3s? Do we have any 3s? We have a 3. And we are 1 away from a line there. Yep. That would be a free ticket. Let's see what we've got here. We have G57. I'm sure they make a machine that just are like a little device, like a penny, but you buy it on Amazon or something. And it scratches them off for you. And maybe even something with a vacuum to suck up all this goop. It's not really goop, it's dry goop, I'll put it that way. So we've got a 57, and we've got a 57 here. And that 57 gives us 3 ways. Diagonal, here, and here, that could become a line, which is a $10 win. And I'm guessing we have, do we have 9 more? We probably got 9 more to scratch off. So anyway, yeah, check out Big Jackpot Winner. Friend of mine. Good guy. We've got an I-28. And he's been kind of an inspiration to me in my YouTube efforts. Learned a lot from him. He doesn't have a course, but who knows? Maybe he will someday. There's a 28. Do we have any others? We do not. Okay, so I'm going to scratch this one and see what we've got. We've got an N33. And we have one N33 up here. Do we have any others? Do you guys see any more? Dora the Explorer up there, anybody? Nope, doesn't look like it. So we're going to see what's up here. We've got a G52, not to be confused with a B52. Hopefully this card won't bomb. There's a 52. Yeah, that looks like all we've got for there. So, I-25. Do we have a 25? We have a 25 here, which puts us 1 away from a line and 2 away from a line. And 1 away from a line, which probably means we won't get any of those. Let's see, is that an I-25? Yeah, so do we have any other 25s? We do. This gives us 1 away from a line here, and 2 away from a line there. But we don't have any winners yet. Let's see what this one is. This is G59. Wipe that away a little bit. So G59, and out there, we have a G59, which puts us 1 away from a line on the $5 line card. We'll do 064. Do we have a 64? We have one 64 here, which, if any of these is going to be mostly still unfilled or filled, whichever, uncleared, I'm happy with it being the cheap ticket. I would love to see 3 on this one as we go forward here, but I don't know that we're going to get there. But let's keep going, because what else do we have to do on this day off after New Year's Day? Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2024. We've got a 36N. We'll take that one. That gives us another 2 that we're 1 away from. Let's see, that was N36. Do we have another one? That's N38. Darn, here's 36. Once again, kind of useless on the useless board, but I'd take $100. We're 1 away. That 62 would give us a line and a free ticket. We'd have to get a 62, 40, and a 60. Yeah, I guess we can't get an X on this one with what's left. So we've got 2 left. We've got a B14. Do we have any 14s? We have a 14 here, which would give us 2 lines if we get, well, it could give us 2 lines with the last number. B14, that looks like the only 14 left. So guys, we're down to our last number, I think. Let's see what it is. Do we have any winners on this card, or did we just spend all this time for nothing? We've got an I-22, which gives us a wash up there. And you know what? We just spent 15 minutes on this $3 ticket, and we did not seem to win anything. So, it's kind of fun to play along there, talk a little bit, pump up a friend's channel. Not that he really needs it, but still kind of show my gratitude to him for what he's done for me over the last few months of my trying to get some content going and tell some stories and see where it goes for 2024. So here we're going to do the same thing, and this time we're going to do from this side. We've got N33. I'm going to try to do this a little bit faster. N33, N33. And let's get the free ones out of the way. It doesn't really make a difference. I have this odd feeling that it's not, this isn't, it doesn't have as good a chance of winning. Let's see what it is. There's a 1 in 3.61 chance of a prize, 1 in 5.07 chance of a cash prize. So with 2 tickets, that means we've got over a 50% chance. But we'll see. It's still kind of fun. More fun than taking the trash out, which I already did today. Our trash day is shifted by a day because Monday was a holiday for 2 weeks in a row. So we've got an I-20. Do we have another I-20? We do not have another I-20. We have G53, which is G53 and G53. We have B2, another bomber, kind of like that last ticket. B2. I think that's about it. N36. So we're going to do an N36 here. We're going to do that free one that I forgot about. Do we have any other N36s? We have an N36. Oh, that one gave us 3 of them. So we're going to do N36 there. G59. And I really wish I brought my coffee with me here because I'm getting kind of dry talking this much. G59, we've got one in the cheap seats, and that's what we've got. G48, we've got a G48 in the box seat here. We've got a G48 in the not so bad. We've got a G48. We've got a 48 in all 4. They should give us a prize for that. That's the first one I think we've done on this game that had one in all 4. And you know what? I'm going to reach over here across the table and grab my coffee. And I guess I could say this video is brought to you by coffee, because really, coffee makes the world go round. Anybody remember Juan Valdez? He was kind of the Corinthian leather of coffee marketing. Go Google that. You'll learn that that was an interesting story from long, long ago. We've got a 75. We have 175 here. Let's see what else we've got. We've got a B13, which is in the luxury box seat square car card. We've got its neighbor B12, which is a useful vitamin, I'm told. I have some in my supplements here somewhere. It apparently does not increase your luck at lottery scratchers. We've got G47, which means we're going to scratch that off. We're going to scratch that off. We've got 3 out of 4. And we're starting to shape up. Now, a reminder, you probably haven't forgotten this unless you skipped to the middle of the video for some reason. Each of the cards has a sort of a base value for a line, which can be 4 or 5 in a row. The free one in the middle they give you up front. If you get 4 corners, if you get an X, or if you get all of the green ones cleared, you win. If you do like we did on the first card in this series, you don't win. But you know, you win some, you recycle some. I don't even know if this stuff can be recycled because of the dry goop. I should find out what that's actually called. The stuff that you scratch off of this. We've got an N38, and we have 2 of them. 1 in the cheap seats, 1 in the luxury seats. Good deal. And that gives us, I think that's our first 4 in a row. So if we get an N35, we will get a free ticket. Here we have an 068, which we have 1 of, 2, 3. Good deal. And that's the end of the first row, folks. This is more tiring than you would expect a scratcher to be, but hey, we're having fun. So we had the G53 that we already looked for. I think we already scratched. Yeah, we got 2 of those off. So we're going to go down to the bottom row and see what's sitting here. We've got a B6. So we're going to do 6 here, 6 here, and that's it for that one. Let's do an I-21. Do we have any of those? We do. We have 2 of those. One of them is in the green square of the dark green square of the luxury box seat there. Let's see about a B11. We have 1 in the cheap seats. Yeah, they don't even come around and offer you popcorn in the cheap seats, do they? I haven't been to a ball game in a while, so my analogies may be a little bit weak. B11, and we've got a B11 here in the not so cheap seats. Here they come around twice with hot dogs and overpriced balloon animals and stuff. So we have G58. Do we have any 58s? We have 1. This is the one where they do come around fairly often and offer you food and drink that's overpriced, but you don't have to get up, you don't have to worry about spilling it, you don't have to crawl across the people who have a lap full of food that they brought from home in their huge puffer jackets. Is that just my experience? Yeah. Good reason not to have a puffer jacket. People make assumptions. G56. We have a G56 here. And I appreciate those of you guys who have made it to this point, because this is sort of a patience tester. I mean, it is for me, even though here we've got one that's got 2 spaces left. Here we've got one. If we get a G57, this is a $5. So let's see what we've got here. But yeah, thanks for hanging around. It's a different kind of fun, kind of like that creepy song from the 90s. You know the one. Nah, you probably don't. I played it on my radio show a few times just because it was the summer of weird song lyrics. I'll leave it at that. Don't cry. Oh, 70. Oh, 70, can you see? By the pale green gunk light? Yeah. I'm not going to be Francis Scott Key here anytime soon. So here we go. Here we have is that 073? We have an 073 here, which gives us another line in the making. We have an 073 here. Alrighty then. So we've got I-27. We do have one of those. This is in the sort of moderate seats where they do offer to bring you food. And here's 066. We're headed looking for Route 66 here, and this gives us a 2 to go and a 1 to go. And that's the end of the second row. Let's see what's behind the third row. We already started on that, but no winners yet. We've got a... Oh, is this going to be a good one? This is G52. G52, yeah, not so great. I-17. We've got an I-17 here. That's it. 063. No, B03. Yeah. Good to check that out. And as I mentioned, I'll scan it before I take it in so I don't embarrass myself. I get embarrassed enough if I'm going to do one of the write-in cards and end up with a dead pen, even if I bring my own fresh from the box. We've got an 067. Do we have any of those? We have an 067 here, which means we are 1 short of a line there. And we have 3 numbers to go. So let's take a look. It looks like our best chances would be a 74, a 35, a 55, 74 would win us twice. That's pretty nice. A 16, a 50. Down here, this one isn't so great, but we'll see. So it looks like we've got some chances. I'm not holding my breath. B15. We've got one in the luxury box seat card. And it looks like that's about it. Two more, guys. Are we going to get a winner, or are we going to kind of be disappointed? We have a 64 here. Okay, this is our last number. And I'm going to level with you guys and gals and cats. I'm not optimistic. But let's see if we've got a 63 or if we've got a 74, I'm going to be happy. And sure enough, we have an 18, which is in the cheap seats here. So between these two cards, I'm going to scan them just to make sure, but it looks like $6, no wins. Maybe I'll use some of the winnings from the other cards to get another, let's see. And I know the math doesn't work this way in the real world, but anyway, if I get another 3, there's a really good chance that I will win at least $1 or a free ticket. So that's what I got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in, and keep winning.